Hello everyone and welcome to your 7th ZBrush tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to learn about array, and that's pretty much it, I guess. Okay, let's go. Anyway, so first thing we're going to do is go to our ZBrush, and I already changed the interface, so we're just going to do a helix and make polymesh. Oops, sorry. Wait, I made a mistake. See what happens when you do polymesh first? It's not gonna work. You really need the edit button to make it work. So it's a good thing you made that mistake. First we do this, and then we do edit, and then we do make polymesh. Perfect. Okay. Now if we just make it a little bit with more subdies, check, delete lower, and let's go. So to make an array, it's really easy. All you have to do is go here to array mesh. You click array mesh, and you have to activate the array mesh. So we'll just click it. And the first thing you're going to do is see this repeat button. Just say how many times you want it to repeat. Now when you put the number, nothing happens. You really have to go all the way down here, and you have these options. You have offset, you have scale, you have rotate, you have pivot. If you check the offset, you have the X amount, you have the Y amount, you have the Z amount. So once you actually change the number, you can see that we're starting to have multiple copies being offsetted from the original 3D shape in the Z-axis. So we're just gonna, okay. So if you just see, if you go also to the other side and the negative, then it goes to the negative X-axis. And as you can see, since we want 7 repeats, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 including the original one. So if you add more, you can see that you get more copies. So we'll just say it's 7 for now. And if you go to the Y amount, you can see that you're offsetting in the Y axis. And like I said last time, the Y is the Z in other programs. So be aware of that. And also the Z is basically the other side. It's pretty direct. The other one is the scale. So if you click scale, you can see you can change the scale in the X-axis, Y-axis, and Z-axis. The next thing we have is the rotate. So click the rotate, and then you can see that you can rotate it in the X axis, the Y, and the Z. Let's just leave it to the Y. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the pivot. So pivoting is just, like changing how far it is or how close it is from the main shape. The other thing you can do actually with these is, let's see the scale. If you just click here, it says X profile. You can actually play and like make it non-uniform. So you can, change the number. It's not showing that much here. Okay, let's see what we can show. What am I doing? Okay, the X amount. Okay, yeah, the Y profile is here. So so now you can see it better. See, when I do this, I can actually change, like it's not uniform, because if I go down here, if I click this button here, I can change the profile of, how I want the scale to, like if it's non-uniform, and I can just, manipulate it. So we can say like, don't make it very uniform scaling, but do it with this shape. So this is something you can actually play with. Let's also see the Z. So Z profile. I can just do this. which is really cool because you can make it, you know, look not so, oops, oops, oops. What did I do? Not so boring. Okay, I ruined it. Okay, this never happened before. If you just hit reset, then you can have it again and then just change it. There's other options here, but I never did anything here. I just usually just do reset and just, you know, play with the shape. Okay, so let's just make it this big. The other thing I want to show you guys is that you can actually manipulate the first shape while you're still in the array mesh, and it's gonna affect everything. Now to know, let's say you don't remember which one is your original shape. There's something called, you can show the wireframe actually, or the polyframe, and when you click here, you can see that only one shape has a polyframe. You can, the shortcut for it is Shift F. So if you just hit it, you can see which one is the original shape. You know why it's important to know which one's the original shape? Because if you change anything in this shape, it's gonna affect all the other instances. So let's look at a brush, and we're gonna use the move brush. I'm gonna make a little bit bigger. Now when I move this, you can see that it's affecting all the other instances of the array. So like here, that. That's really fun. Let's see, maybe something here. So this is something really cool that you can actually play with the array mesh and have, you know, crazy shapes. Okay. Let's do something else, maybe W. And paint it here, here. And also, I did not show you guys this before. If you hit this little gear, you can see that we can actually, we have more deformation options. Remember the, like last what do you call it, episode, last tutorial, we played with deformation. You can also have the deformation here in this gear. So if you just click the gear, you can do so many other stuff too. Usually I think I use a deformer, and you can like do really nice, you know, deformations with it. We're not gonna do much now because I want to show you how to actually, let's first, okay, first things first, let's see how to make this happen. So let's say you finished and you're like, okay, now what? You actually have to click here, make mesh, because it's not gonna, you know, how can I say this? It's not gonna make all the instances unless you click make mesh. This is just you doing like a preview of all the things you want to do with the shape, but like nothing else. If you click make mesh, then you have it as, you know, your shape to play, because even your active points gets higher. So now you have this whole, you know, mesh or shape to work with, and it's actually, I want to say baked, but like it's in the program that you can work with. And the cool thing also is now that you have this, so Shift F is to show the polyframe. That's why it was blue, because we're like in the polyframe mode. You can go to deformation again and then start playing with the shapes. Let's say twist. You can say squeeze. You can do gravity, perspective. Oh, no. Let's do maybe ascend. Let's change the twist and the Y. Now the other thing is, you can, now that we have the shape, what I would do usually is I would change the location of my gizmo because I want it now like centered. I don't want it to be here because now when I do the deformation, it's just doing it in relation to this axis. I want the axis in the middle, so what I do, hit Alt, and then I just click this one, this I don't know what to call it, this icon here, and then it does it in the middle. If I want it a bit down, I'll just hit Alt. This is me unlocking it, and you can see I can just change the location of my gizmo. So I really just do this one here, and now it's like more centered. Now when I do the S band or whatever, it's gonna be, you know, in location to the gizmo in the like in the middle. Let's try with this now. Why is it not working the way I want? Well, let's try. Yeah, better. Okay. So we have this really crazy shape, kind of. If you do the gizmo again, now I can show you like better things to do. So we have like, let's see, let's go back to Deformer. You can change using these points. That's why I don't want to show you guys why it was only in this shape, because like it doesn't make sense. It's better if we have like the entire shape to work with. So you can see, you can change here. We can do this. Okay, what else? Now if you want to just click on the icon again and then hit accept. Let's try something else. Maybe it's cute. Okay. Now I would suggest just, you know, playing around with all the options that they offer, I guess, and see if you like it or not. So you like when you're doing it, like the gear is a bit hidden, so you just, you know, hover over it and then click and then hit accept. Don't click these because it will just, well, let's click it and see. If you click cone, the whole shape disappears, which is not what we want. So try not to do that. Unless you want everything to disappear and just, you know, use a cone. I want to try something else. Let's see. Bend curve. Yeah. So as you can see, there's so many, like, you can use it, you can think of it almost like playing with clay, because you can do so many nice things here without even, you know, I think with other programs it's going to be a little bit tricky and hard, but with Zbrush you can do it very easily. You can do a very easily designed concept without working for hours, and honestly I think it's really nice. Okay, so what else we can do is we can do another array over this array. So you just hit array mesh, click array again, and you can do another instance. So let's say I want, usually what I do is just I say how many times I want it, and then I start playing with the options that I have. So let's go repeat. I think 4 would be kind of a lot since it's a very interesting shape. And then I go rotate maybe, and now I want to do offset first. So let's do offset. Hit F to zoom. I want to remove the gizmo, so I click Q. So W is to show the gizmo, Q to make it disappear, or go to, you're basically playing between draw mode and edit mode. So let's just do an offset in the Z. And then we'll just do a tiny rotate. Too much. Let's do the Y. No. Okay. I don't know. Let's do. Yeah, let's keep it in the Y. It's much better. So as you can see, we have a really nice, you know, a bit crazy shape. And let's say you did so much. What you can do is really easy. All you have to do is click delete, and this just, you can start from 0. Because let's say you played so much with the pivoting and the rotating, and then everything just becomes really crazy. So just hit delete, and then you can just start over. So we're just gonna do it again. Maybe 5, maybe offset the X a bit, and then rotate on the Y-axis. Although, wait, let's see. I don't like anything. Okay. Yeah, okay. The Y-axis is good. I'll just play with the pivot a bit. Now just crazy. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm showing you like enough, I guess. And yeah, I would suggest just playing around with the shape. I mean, with the array, and seeing what you guys can come up with. It's really fun. I feel like for me this is as close as I get to parametric, although it's not parametric obviously, but like it gives the feel of like a parametric design, because you know, you just have copies and like the same thing, and then you can just manipulate it. And I'm just gonna play around for a while. This is really fun, and I really hated the rotate, to be honest, so we're just gonna make everything 0, and also with the scale and the offset. Yeah, okay. And I really ruined it with the rotate. There. Ah, okay, back again. Yeah, I like it. I like this one for no reason. Yeah, and then just do make mesh, and there you have it. Let me see, did I forget anything? I don't think so, but you know, you can actually, you know, save your, okay, let's just say, if you do array mesh, you can actually save these settings. Let's say you have like if you want to make a stairs, or you have one that is like organized, or you made the system with the array where you can make something very more strategic, or like has more sense to it. You can actually just save it. If you click save, then you can just do array preset, and then you can use it again for your other instances. You can also open, just in case like someone else made an array somehow, and then you like it, so you can actually, you know, open it in Zbrush, and then you can see their numbers, or how did they create their own arrays. That's pretty much it for today. And yeah, it was a very short tutorial, to be honest. And I hope you guys had fun, I guess, and you will create more fun stuff with Zbrush. So yeah, this was it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.